Welcome to Famous People, English Stories. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
Chapter 1. The Time Audit. Where does your day really go? Have you ever said, I don't have time? Most of us have. But here's the truth. Everyone gets the same 24 hours in a day. The difference is in how we use those hours. In this chapter, we're going to explore something called a time audit. This simple but powerful method helps you discover where your time actually goes and how to take control of it. What is a time audit? A time audit means tracking how you spend your time. The word audit is often used in business or finance. It means a careful check or review. In this case, we're not checking money, we're checking time. And guess what? Time is more valuable than money. You can earn more money, but you can't earn more time. Step 1. Track everything you do for 24 hours. To begin, you need to write down everything you do in a day. Yes, everything. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. You can use a notebook, your phone, or a digital tool. Anything that helps you write it down. Be honest. If you spent 30 minutes scrolling through social media, write it down. If you watched TV for 2 hours, record it. If you did nothing for a while, include that too. No one will see this but you. The goal is not to judge yourself. The goal is to understand. Useful vocabulary. Scroll, to move down a screen, on a phone or computer, often without thinking. Record, in this context, it means to write down or keep a note of something. Judge yourself, to criticize yourself or feel guilty. In this process, we avoid judgment. Step 2. Review your day with clear eyes. After tracking your day, take some time to look at how you used your hours. Ask yourself, which parts were useful? Which parts were wasted? What surprised me? You may find that you spent more time on small tasks than you thought. Or maybe you realized that you were busy but not really productive. Here's the key idea: awareness is power. You can't improve what you don't notice. Useful expression. With clear eyes, to look at something honestly, without excuses. Productive, doing things that bring real results, not just keeping busy. Step 3. Divide your time into categories. Once you've reviewed your day, divide your activities into 3 groups. Time wasters. These are activities that give you no long-term value. Example: mindless scrolling, gossip, doing nothing out of boredom. Maintenance tasks. These are things you must do, like eating, showering, cleaning, or commuting. Growth time. These are the hours you spend on your goals, learning, practicing, exercising, planning, or building something. The goal is to reduce time wasters, make maintenance more efficient, and grow your growth time. Useful vocabulary. Mindless, without thinking, automatic, or without purpose. Gossip, talking about others' personal lives, usually in a negative way. Efficient, doing something in a smart way that saves time and energy. Example: let's say you discover you spend 3 hours a day on YouTube or TikTok, but only 30 minutes reading or learning something new. That's not bad if you're aware of it. Now that you see the numbers clearly, you have the power to change the balance. How English learners can benefit. If you want to become fluent in English, time is your secret weapon. Just 15 minutes a day of focused English practice adds up to more than 90 hours a year. That's huge. But to get those hours, you need to find them. That's what a time audit helps you do. Tip: try saying your daily actions in English while doing them. For example, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm checking my messages. I'm going for a walk. This keeps your brain in English mode and builds fluency, even during maintenance tasks. Conclusion of the chapter. Most people don't lose time, they just don't track it. When you do a time audit, you take the first step toward mastering your 24 hours. And remember, success is not about being perfect. It's about being aware, adjusting, and repeating that process every day. You don't need more time. You need more clarity. So before we move to morning routines or productivity hacks, take this step. Do your time audit. It will open your eyes and possibly change your life. Chapter 2: The Myth of No Time, How Small Moments Build Big Results. Have you ever told yourself, "I don't have time"? It sounds like a reasonable excuse. You're busy. You've got school, work, chores, maybe even kids or responsibilities. But let's challenge that idea, because more often than not, it's a myth. And like all myths, it feels real until we take a closer look. What is a myth? A myth is a story people believe that isn't entirely true. In this case, the myth is, I need big blocks of time to make progress. But the truth is, small moments can create big results if used well. Time isn't found. It's made. Let's clear something up right away. Time doesn't appear magically. You have to make time by choosing how you use your minutes. Think of your time like money in a wallet. If you're not careful with small coins, you'll soon be broke. The same thing happens with your minutes and hours. Useful vocabulary. Myth, a false belief or story. Chores, small tasks you do regularly, like cleaning or cooking. Block of time, a large, continuous amount of time. Broke, having no money, used here as a metaphor for having no time left. The power of the 5-minute rule. There's a powerful trick called the 5-minute rule. It means, if something takes 5 minutes or less, do it now. But here's the deeper idea. If you think you have no time, try using just 5 focused minutes. Let's say you only have 5 minutes while waiting for a bus. You could scroll through your phone, or learn 3 new English words. Practice a short speaking sentence in your head. Listen to part of a podcast or audio lesson. Now imagine doing that 3 times a day. That's 15 minutes. In 1 week, that's nearly 2 hours. And in 1 month? 8 hours. Time adds up. Useful expression. Adds up, when small things become something bigger over time. Micro actions build mega results. Here's something interesting. Most people wait for the perfect time to start big things. They say, I'll study when I have a free weekend. I'll work out when life gets less busy. I'll focus when I'm not so tired. But here's the truth, that perfect time almost never comes. Instead, high achievers do the opposite. They take micro actions, small steps taken consistently. One sentence today. One new word tomorrow. One page of a book. It might seem tiny, but over months and years, these small efforts turn into real growth. Useful vocabulary. Micro, very small. Consistently, doing something again and again without stopping. Your time gaps are gold. Think about the in-between times in your day. We call these time gaps. Waiting for coffee to brew. Sitting in traffic. Standing in line. Sitting in silence after lunch. Most people waste these moments without thinking. But what if you used even half of them? Here are some ideas. Open your English app and practice for 3 minutes. Listen to English music and write down a lyric. Describe the world around you in English silently. You don't need hours. You need intentional moments. Useful word. Intentional, done with purpose, not by accident. Replace I don't have time with this. Next time you catch yourself saying, I don't have time, try replacing it with, it's not a priority for me right now. It feels different, right? It's more honest. And sometimes, that's okay. You can't do everything. But when something matters, like learning English, building skills, or chasing a goal, don't let that old myth stop you. Make it a priority. Even in 5-minute pieces. Real-life example. Meet Anna. She wanted to improve her English but worked 2 jobs. She only had short breaks. Instead of giving up, she decided to use her commute time to listen to English podcasts. She recorded her voice for 2 minutes each night. After 6 months, her spoken English improved more than it had in years of classes. Anna didn't wait for time. She used the time she had. Conclusion of the chapter. The idea that you need hours of free time to build success is a myth. Time is made in the spaces. Progress is built in the cracks. Whether you're learning English, starting a dream, or building discipline, it all starts with how you use your small moments. So next time you feel like you're too busy, pause. Find 5 minutes. And do something small that moves you forward. Because big dreams aren't built in big days. They're built in little minutes, used wisely. Chapter 3, Morning Momentum, How to Start Your Day Like Successful People. Have you ever started your day feeling slow, tired, or confused about what to do first? You're not alone. Many people wake up and let the day happen to them. But successful people do something different. They don't just wake up. They take control of their morning, and that creates momentum for the whole day. What is momentum? Momentum is the energy that keeps something moving once it has started. Think of a bicycle. At first, it takes effort to push the pedals. But once the wheels are turning, it gets easier to go faster. Mornings work the same way. If you start strong, the rest of your day often flows better. Useful vocabulary. Momentum, forward motion or progress that builds over time. Take control, to become responsible for your actions and decisions. Flows, moves smoothly or easily. Why mornings matter more than you think. The first hour of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you begin with confusion or stress, that feeling can stay with you all day. But if you start with purpose, energy, and focus, you become more productive and more confident. That's why many high performers have a morning routine. A set of habits they do every morning to prepare their mind and body for the day ahead. The big secret: you don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. You've probably heard people say, you have to wake up at 5 a.m. to be successful. But that's not true for everyone. What matters more than when you wake up is how you wake up, and what you do with your first hour. Create a morning routine that fits you. Let's build a simple, effective morning routine using 3 powerful parts. 1. Wake with intention. Don't just grab your phone the moment you open your eyes. Instead, pause. Breathe deeply. Sit up. Smile. Tell yourself something positive. Try saying, "Today is a new opportunity. I am in charge of my time. I choose progress today." This small moment sets your mental direction. Useful vocabulary. With intention, on purpose, not by accident. Pause, to stop for a short time. Opportunity, a chance for something good to happen. 2. Move your body, wake your brain. You don't need a long workout. Just 2 to 5 minutes of movement is enough to wake up your system. Try light stretching, jumping jacks, or walking around your room. Movement increases blood flow and releases energy chemicals in your brain. That's why even a little exercise helps you feel more awake and clear-minded. Useful words. Stretching, gently pulling muscles to loosen them. Blood flow, the movement of blood through the body. 3. Feed your mind first. Instead of checking messages or news, start your mind with something you choose. That could be reading 1 page of an English book, writing your thoughts in a notebook, listening to a motivational message or podcast, reviewing your goals. You're training your brain to focus on what's important before the distractions begin. Tip: use this moment to speak or think in English. Say out loud what you plan to do today. For example, today I will study for 30 minutes. I'm going to speak English with confidence. My goal is to finish the task I started yesterday. Even if it's just 2 minutes, this builds your English habit and your mindset. Avoid these morning mistakes. Let's talk about what not to do right after waking up. Don't check social media first. It fills your mind with noise. Don't start your day in a rush. It creates stress. Don't skip water. Your brain needs it after sleep. Don't go into your day with no plan. Instead, do 3 simple things. Breathe. Move. Focus. How to use English in your morning. You can turn your routine into a language learning tool. Describe your actions in English. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making tea. Talk about your goals out loud in English. Play a 3-minute English podcast while getting ready. Read a short English sentence and repeat it out loud. These tiny moments add up over time and make English feel natural. Real-life example. David, an English learner from Brazil, had trouble staying consistent. So he created a 10-minute morning routine. He woke up, stretched for 2 minutes, read one English quote, and recorded a short voice message in English. It seemed small, but after 1 month, he noticed a change in how easily he spoke. He had built momentum. Conclusion of the chapter. You don't need a long routine. You need a clear one. When you start your day with awareness, energy, and purpose, everything becomes easier. You feel stronger, more focused, and more ready to learn and grow. Your first hour is the foundation of your next 23. Build it wisely. Chapter 4: Deep Work versus Busy Work, Mastering Focus. Have you ever spent a whole day doing things but still felt like you got nothing done? You weren't lazy. You were just busy. And here's the key: busy doesn't always mean productive. That's why in this chapter, we explore two powerful ideas, deep work and busy work, and how learning to focus on the right one can change your results. What is deep work? Deep work is when you concentrate fully on one important task without any distractions. It's focused, meaningful, high-level effort. It's when your brain is in the zone, and you're making real progress. Examples of deep work: writing an article or essay, studying a new English grammar concept, solving a hard problem, practicing speaking for an English test, useful vocabulary. Concentrate, to give your full attention to something. Distraction, anything that pulls your focus away. In the zone, completely focused and performing at your best. What is busy work? Busy work is when you look active but aren't doing anything that truly matters. You're checking boxes, but not making progress. It gives the feeling of working without real results. Examples of busy work: reorganizing your desk over and over, checking your email every 5 minutes, highlighting your English book without reading, watching English videos but not practicing or taking notes. Busy work is often a way to avoid doing harder tasks. It's comfortable. It feels productive. But it keeps you in the same place. Why focus is your superpower? In today's world, focus is rare. Notifications, messages, social media, everything is designed to break your attention. But if you can control your focus, you become powerful. Why? Because deep work leads to deep learning, deep results, and deep success. Useful word: superpower, a special ability that makes you powerful, used metaphorically here. Deep work equals faster language learning. If you're learning English, deep work is one of your best tools. Just 30 minutes of focused English study, no phone, no multitasking, can be more effective than 2 hours of distracted learning. Here's why deep work helps. You absorb information faster. You remember it longer. You improve your skills, not just your knowledge. Absorb means to take in and fully understand something. Multitasking means doing several things at the same time, usually with poor results. How to do deep work, even if you're busy. You don't need hours of silence to do deep work. You need a short, clear block of time and no interruptions. Here's a simple system. 1. Set a timer for 25 minutes. This is called the Pomodoro technique. Work deeply for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Repeat if you want more time. 2. Choose one specific task. Don't say, study English. Say, learn 5 new phrasal verbs, or write 10 sentences in the past tense. 3. Remove distractions. Turn off your phone or put it in another room. Close extra browser tabs. Tell others not to disturb you. Create a quiet space. 4. Start even if you don't feel ready. Action brings focus. If you wait to feel motivated, you may never start. Begin, and the energy will follow. How to recognize busy work. Here's a test. Ask yourself, will this activity bring me closer to my goal? If the answer is no, or if you're doing it just to look productive, it's probably busy work. Examples. Rewriting a to-do list over and over. Searching for perfect resources without using the ones you have. Listening to English videos passively while multitasking. These aren't bad things, but they don't create real progress unless they're paired with action. Real-life example. Elena, a university student from Spain, wanted to improve her English writing. At first, she spent hours watching grammar videos. But she wasn't writing. Once she started doing 25 minutes of deep writing practice each morning, with no distractions, her grammar improved quickly. She wrote more in 2 weeks than in the previous 2 months. That's the difference between activity and impact. Build a deep work habit. Make deep work a habit by scheduling it like an appointment. Don't wait for the perfect time. Choose a time, anytime, and protect it. Even one short session a day can change your results. You can even build deep work into small gaps. For example, write 3 clear English sentences during lunch. Practice speaking into your phone for 10 minutes at night. Read a short article and summarize it in your notebook. It's not about how long you study. It's about how well you focus. Conclusion of the chapter. In a world full of distractions, learning to focus is a skill that will set you apart. Busy work keeps you running in place. Deep work moves you forward. So next time you sit down to learn English or be productive, stop and ask yourself, is this deep work or just busy work? The answer can change everything. Chapter 5. Rest like a pro, why breaks boost success. When we talk about success, we often think of hard work, long hours, and intense effort. But there's one part of success that many people forget: rest. Not just sleep, but real, intentional rest. The kind of rest that recharges your body and resets your mind. If you want to use your 24 hours wisely, you must learn how to rest like a pro. Why rest isn't lazy. In many cultures, people feel guilty for resting. They think, I should be working, or I'm wasting time. But that's not true. Rest is not the opposite of productivity. It's part of it. Think of your brain like a battery. If you keep using it without recharging, it runs out of energy. Just like your phone needs to be plugged in, your mind needs rest to stay sharp, focused, and creative. Useful vocabulary. Recharge, to fill up with energy again. Guilty, feeling bad for something you did or didn't do. Sharp, in this context, mentally clear and quick thinking. Types of rest that boost your brain. Not all rest is equal. Some types of rest refresh your mind. Others leave you feeling just as tired. Let's look at the kinds of rest that actually help you succeed. 1. Physical rest. This includes sleep, stretching, walking, and even lying down for a short break. If your body is tense or tired, your brain can't focus well. 2. Mental rest. When you stop thinking about problems or decisions. This happens when you take a walk without your phone or sit quietly for a few minutes. 3. Creative rest. This is when you give your brain space to wander. You might listen to music, draw, or stare out the window. Many people get their best ideas when they stop thinking hard. 4. Digital rest. Taking a break from screens. No phone, no computer, no notifications. This gives your eyes and mind a chance to reset. Expression to remember. Step back to move forward. Sometimes you need to pause in order to progress. Why breaks improve learning? As an English learner, you might think more study time means more results. But the brain doesn't work like a machine. It learns best with focus plus rest plus repetition. Here's what science shows. After 30 to 50 minutes of focused study, your brain needs a break to absorb what you learned. Short breaks help you remember better and avoid burnout. During rest, your brain connects new ideas and stores information long-term. Useful word. Absorb, to take in fully, knowledge, energy, etc. Burnout, a state of mental or physical exhaustion. Use the 50 to 10 or 25 to 5 rule. Try these 2 simple methods to rest while staying productive. 50 to 10 rule, work for 50 minutes, rest for 10. 25 to 5 rule, work for 25 minutes, rest for 5. This is also called the Pomodoro technique. During your break, don't check social media. Instead, stretch. Breathe deeply. Drink water. Look outside. Walk around. These actions refresh your nervous system and prepare your brain for the next task. Rest without guilt. If you feel guilty about taking breaks, remind yourself. Rest isn't a reward. It's a requirement. Even top performers, athletes, musicians, CEOs schedule breaks. Why? Because they know rest increases performance. You're not losing time. You're investing in energy and focus. Useful expression. Without guilt, not feeling bad or ashamed. Requirement, something that is needed or necessary. Mini rest ideas for a busy day. Here are ways to rest that take less than 5 minutes but make a big difference. Close your eyes and take 10 slow breaths. Walk outside and feel the sun or fresh air. Write a quick note in your journal. Listen to calming sounds or music. Stretch your arms, neck, and back. These simple actions signal your brain it's okay to pause, recharge, and come back stronger. Real-life example. Lena, an English teacher from Indonesia, used to work non-stop. She felt tired every day and wasn't enjoying her job. After learning about intentional rest, she added small breaks between classes. She did quick breathing exercises, drank water, or walked for 3 minutes. Her energy returned and her mood improved. Even her students noticed the difference. She didn't work less. She just rested better. Final thoughts on smart rest. Rest is not lazy. It's wise. It gives you the power to keep going without crashing. Whether you're learning a language, building a career, or chasing a goal, rest is your reset button. Remember, work with focus. Rest with purpose. Return with energy. Conclusion of the chapter. You're not a robot. You don't need to go non-stop to be successful. You need a rhythm. A cycle of deep effort and real rest. So, schedule breaks. Breathe. Stretch. Step away. Then come back with clarity and strength. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never stop. They're the ones who know when to stop and how to restart. Chapter 6. Build habits that manage time for you. Imagine waking up and brushing your teeth. Did you have to think hard about it? Probably not. You just did it. That's the power of a habit. It's something you do automatically, without stress or deep thought. Now imagine if your most important goals, like improving your English or using time wisely, became habits too. That's what this chapter is about, how to build smart habits that manage your time for you. What is a habit? A habit is a regular action that becomes automatic. It starts with a decision, then becomes a routine. Over time, it takes less effort and becomes part of who you are. Habits save time, reduce stress, and help you build a better life, one small step at a time. Useful vocabulary. Automatic, done without thinking. Routine, a regular way of doing things. Reduce, to make smaller or less. Time is not managed by discipline alone. A common myth is that you need willpower all the time to manage your schedule. But willpower gets tired. That's why habits matter more. Once something becomes a habit, you don't need to fight yourself to do it, it just happens. Think of successful people. They don't wake up and decide whether to work on their goals. Their habits do the work for them. That's time management at its best. The habit loop, cue routine reward. Every habit follows this simple pattern. Cue, the trigger or signal that starts the habit. Routine, the actual behavior or action. Reward, the positive result that makes you want to repeat it. Let's break this down with an English learning example. Cue, you finish breakfast. Routine, you review 5 new English words. Reward, you feel proud and mark it on your habit tracker. If you repeat this every day, your brain learns, after breakfast equals English time. Useful vocabulary. Trigger, something that causes something else to start. Repeat, to do again. Tracker, a tool, like a calendar or app, to keep record of habits. Start small. Stay consistent. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to change too much too fast. They say, from now on, I'll study English for 2 hours a day. But after 3 days, they quit. Why? Because it's too much too soon. The secret to lasting habits is starting small. Even 2 minutes is enough to start. The goal is to make it easy to begin. Examples of small habit starters. 1 English sentence a day. 1-minute voice recording in English. 3 new words every morning. A 5-minute deep focus session after lunch. What matters is not the size of the habit, but the consistency. That's what makes it stick. Useful word. Consistency, doing something regularly, without stopping. Build habits that save you time. Smart habits don't just make you productive, they protect your time. Here's how. A habit of planning your day at night means no wasted time in the morning. A habit of preparing your bag or materials saves last-minute stress. A habit of reviewing English at the same time every day removes decision-making. You're creating a structure that frees your brain. The less you have to decide, the more energy you save. Expression to remember. Structure brings freedom. When you build routines, you gain more control, not less. Make it visual, habit tracking. Seeing your progress builds motivation. Try using a habit tracker. It could be a simple calendar where you mark an X each day. A notebook with checkboxes. An app that reminds you and tracks your streaks. Every time you complete your habit, mark it. You'll start to feel proud of your streak, and you won't want to break it. Useful word. Streak, doing something several days in a row, without missing. What if you miss a day? It's okay. Missing 1 day doesn't break the habit. But missing 2 or 3 in a row makes it harder to start again. The best rule is never miss twice. If you fall off the habit, get back on as soon as possible. Habit ideas that boost language plus time skills. Here are simple habits that help you become both more fluent and more focused. Speak out loud in English while doing daily chores. Write 1 English sentence about your day in a notebook. Read 1 short English article every morning. Turn off phone notifications for 1 hour a day to protect focus. Review your to-do list every evening and choose 1 must-do task for tomorrow. Real-life example. Mateo, an English learner from Argentina, struggled to stay consistent. So he created 1 small habit, read 1 paragraph in English every night before bed. At first, it took him only 2 minutes. But soon, he read more, and the habit grew naturally. In 6 months, he had finished 3 books, and built confidence he never had before. He didn't change his whole life. He changed 1 habit. The rest followed. Conclusion of the chapter. You don't need to force discipline all day long. You need habits that carry you forward, even on hard days. Start small. Stay consistent. Track your wins. And over time, your habits will manage your energy, your focus, and your time. When your habits align with your goals, success becomes automatic. Chapter 7. The Success Schedule, a 24-hour plan that actually works. Everyone has 24 hours in a day. But why do some people seem to achieve so much, while others feel like they're always running behind? The answer isn't just in working harder. It's in creating a schedule that supports your goals, protects your energy, and helps you grow, even if your time is limited. In this chapter, you'll learn how to build a simple but powerful daily plan that works for you. Why scheduling matters. Without a plan, most people let the day happen to them. They react to messages, rush through tasks, and end the day wondering where the time went. A schedule gives your day structure, a clear path from start to finish. Useful vocabulary. Schedule, a plan for how to use time. Structure, an organized framework. React, to act without planning, often in response to something else. With structure, you make fewer decisions, feel less stress, and use your energy on what actually matters. Design a day around your energy. Not all hours are equal. You have energy peaks and energy dips throughout the day. The key is to match your most important tasks with your peak hours, when your brain is most alert. Try this. In the morning, do your hardest or most focused task, like studying English, writing, or solving problems. Midday, do lighter tasks, like email, chores, review work. Evening, use the time for reflection, planning, or relaxation. When you match energy with the right task, you get more done with less effort. Useful words. Peak, the highest level of something, here, energy. Dip, a short drop or fall. Alert, awake, focused, and aware. The 3-block day, a simple time system. Let's simplify the 24-hour day into 3 key parts. Focus time, morning. This is your time for deep work or learning. It's quiet, and your brain is fresh. Use it for the most important task. Flex time, afternoon. This is for tasks that change or are less demanding. Meetings, errands, or light review. Reflect time, evening, wind down. Reflect on what you did. Plan for tomorrow. Read, listen, or speak English casually. You don't need to follow the clock perfectly. The idea is to have a rhythm that repeats every day. That rhythm brings results. Build your personal success schedule. Here's how to build a schedule that actually works for you, not someone else. Step 1. Define your must-do tasks. Choose 1 to 3 things that really matter to you. Examples. Study English for 30 minutes. Finish 1 deep work task. Practice speaking for 10 minutes. These are your non-negotiables. They must happen. Step 2. Set anchor times. Anchor times are fixed moments in your day. Examples. Wake up time. Start work time. Dinner time. Bedtime. Plan your habits around these anchor times. They help your schedule feel stable, even if other things change. Step 3. Use time blocks, not to-do lists. Instead of writing long lists, block time for important activities. For example, 7:30 to 8 a.m. English reading. 8 to 9 a.m. deep focus work. 9 to 9:15 a.m. break and stretch. When your calendar shows time, not just tasks, you're more likely to stay on track. Step 4. Leave room for real life. Don't schedule every minute. Leave space for unexpected things, traffic, messages, or surprises. A realistic schedule is flexible. That's what makes it work. Useful expressions. On track, making good progress. Non-negotiable, something that must happen, no matter what. Anchor, something stable or steady that other things connect to. The evening review ritual. Every night, take 5 to 10 minutes to review your day. Ask, what did I finish today? What could I improve? What is my most important task tomorrow? This short reflection builds awareness and gives you control over your time. You become the author of your day, not just a character in it. Bonus tip for English learners. Do your evening review in English. Even a few simple sentences like, today I learned 4 new verbs. I forgot to speak aloud. Tomorrow I will try again. This builds language and self-awareness together. Real-life example. Sarah, a college student in Egypt, felt overwhelmed with school and English practice. She used to jump between tasks all day. Then she created a 3-block schedule. She practiced English in the morning for 20 minutes, focused on homework midday, and reviewed both at night. She didn't add hours to her day, she just gave each hour a clear job. Her stress dropped, and her progress doubled. She stopped reacting. She started leading. What makes a schedule successful? A successful schedule includes your priorities, matches your energy, gives space for rest, protects time for learning and growth, feels natural, not forced. You don't need a perfect schedule. You need a repeatable one that helps you build momentum day after day. Conclusion of the chapter. Time doesn't manage itself. But once you build a schedule that fits your life and energy, you stop guessing and start growing. Plan your 24 hours with purpose. Protect your goals. Use your energy wisely. And remember, a great day doesn't happen by chance. It's built one time block at a time. Final chapter, don't spend time. Invest it. We often hear the phrase spend time, as if time were like money. But here's the truth, time is more valuable than money. Money can be lost and earned again. But time, once spent, is gone forever. So instead of just spending time, what if you started to invest it? Investing time means using your hours in a way that creates future value. It's about turning everyday moments into opportunities to grow, learn, and build the life you want. And the best part? Anyone can do it, starting today. The difference between spending and investing time. Let's look at the difference with a simple example. Spending time, watching 2 hours of random videos just to pass the time. Investing time, watching 30 minutes of an English learning video, then practicing what you learned. In both cases, the clock keeps ticking. But in one case, you grow. In the other, you just pass time. Useful vocabulary. Invest, to use something, time, money, effort, for a future benefit. Opportunity, a chance to do something better or different. Pastime, to use time in a way that doesn't lead to growth or progress. Time investment creates compound growth. There's a powerful idea in finance called compound interest. It means your investment earns money, and then that money earns more money. Over time, it grows faster and faster. Time works the same way. When you invest time in learning, health, skills, or relationships, those efforts begin to grow and multiply. You become stronger, smarter, and more prepared for the future. Examples of time investments: reading a few pages of a book every day, practicing English consistently, working on your mindset or goals, building habits that make life easier. These don't show results overnight, but over weeks and months, the growth is massive. Useful expression: compound growth, steady growth that builds on previous progress. Choose time-rich activities. There are two kinds of activities in your day. Time wasters: they feel good now but leave you empty later. Time investors: they might take effort now but reward you later. Ask yourself this question before doing anything. Will this help me grow? If the answer is yes, you're investing your time. If the answer is no, or if you're not sure, pause. Maybe there's a better use of your minutes. How English learners can invest time. You don't need perfect English. You need consistent effort. And the best way to do that is by building small time investments into your day. Speak to yourself in English while doing chores. Write one paragraph every evening. Record your voice reading English aloud. Learn one new word and actually use it in a sentence. Teach someone else something you've learned. Each one takes just a few minutes. But over time, they shape your fluency and confidence. Time tells the truth. Here's a hard but honest truth: your time shows your true priorities. You can say, "I want to learn English," or "I want to succeed," but your calendar reveals what you're really choosing each day. If you want a new result, start by giving your time a new purpose. Useful expression: your calendar doesn't lie. Your schedule shows what you really value. Real-life example: Tariq, a father working full-time in Jordan, wanted to become fluent in English. He couldn't afford long classes. So he made a decision: 15 minutes a day, every day, no excuses. He listened to English while cooking, wrote short notes before bed, and recorded his voice during walks. After 6 months, he was able to hold a full conversation without fear. He didn't find time, he invested it. And the return? Confidence, growth, progress. Final reflection: look at your day like a blank bank account. Every hour is a coin. How are you spending it? Are you spending it on distraction or investing it in direction? Are you reacting to life or designing it? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin, one intentional minute at a time. Conclusion of the chapter: you have 24 hours, just like everyone else. But what you do with them, that's what sets you apart. Stop spending your time carelessly. Start investing it in your goals, your growth, and your greatness. Because in the end, your future is built by how you use the minutes no one sees. Now it's your turn. Start today. Do a time audit. Build one small habit. Use 5 minutes for focused learning. Choose one new action that invests in your future, and do it today, not someday. And if this message inspired you, Share it with someone who needs a reminder that their time matters too. Your time is your power. Use it wisely. And if you ever doubt yourself, remember this. You don't need more time. You need to take the time you already have and use it like it matters. Because it does.